Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. We want to give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here in the Drive-Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us here for today. All right, with us is Millz Young with us. We've got our man Ninos, Big Al McMordie, Alex Smart, Damian Sosh, and Shane Mickle. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. We got Smart, McMordie, Mickle, Sosh, Young, Ninos, and then I will close this one out. All right, let's get this one underway. Afternoon baseball going. Hope you guys had a winning day. Let's make it a winning night. Let's bring him in right now. Alex Smart, you'll find him over at Pick Dog Spin, where he does great work up there. So let's bring him in right now. Alex Smart. Alex, what's happening?
Good, good. We're going to do some good work on the Canadian Football League tonight. We're going to actually get people to lay a little bit of a hook with Calgary, and I'll tell you why. Edmonton pulled off an upset the last time out against Hamilton, but I'm completely not sold on them. I wasn't sold on them at the beginning of the season. The talent levels aren't where they used to be. This is not your old, well, I'm calling them the Eskimos, Elks. Sorry, I've got to be politically correct with CFL now too. So the Elks. This is not the same team that we remember from the 90s and the early 2000s. This is a team that's, I think, continually sort of gone downhill over the years for whatever reason. It's obvious, like most teams. It's just some bad choices in the draft and not getting enough American talent or top tier American talent. And what we have here is we have an Elks team that's, even though they won last time out, even though they upset a pretty good Hamilton team, they still allowed 302 yards. And, so a regression here is not the question. Their defense is horrendous, really is. And you're gonna, despite a couple of good plays they made in that last game, once again, I have to keep on bringing that up. But, it must be noted, since week 6 of last season, the Elks are a league worst 2-12 SU. In 11 of those games were lost by 4 more points. So that's why I'm not really worrying about the hook here, the 3.5 points. We're going to lay it. It's not a mathematical beauty or anything, but it is a strong selection for a team that's well rested, which is the Calgary Stampeders, a team that's 3-0. They got at this point in the season, it's still early on. They have the best offense going against the worst defense, and here we go. We're going to go with Calgary. We're going to lay that strange lumber at 3.5, and we're going to pick Calgary for everybody. Let's get a win.
All right. They're going here with Calgary here, laying the points here against Edmonton. Now, I did see they met back on June 25th, right? That was a meeting in Calgary as the Calgary gets past the Edmonton here at 30-23. What did you take out of that first meeting, or how do you look at here when you see the rematch games?
Yeah, I see a little bit of rust. This is like an interprovincial rivalry. So, but Calgary's had time, excellent coaching staff, time to really look at Edmonton. I'm sure they picked apart the weaknesses, and I could see as that game went on too, that you could see the coaching staff were making notes, and they're quite ready. I'm very confident we're going to see Calgary come out with a win tonight, despite of this being a rivalry game. So it should be quite decisive, honestly.
Deer and Lions, I've seen this one jump up to 4.5, so I think the fade Edmonton is in play here, right?
Yeah. This was from an early afternoon. I haven't gone back and looked at it again. My apologies.
Yeah, so it's a big fade here on Edmonton. Calgary here laying 4.5 against Edmonton. This one will have a start time here of 9 Eastern time. I believe it's TSN in Canada and it's ESPN Plus in United States to watch this one live. All right, Alex, let's go over at Pick Dog Spin for tonight. We've got a lot of action here for a Thursday in prime time here in Major League Baseball. And, of course, I don't know if you're in WNBA. WNBA is on the board, and people seem to like that sport. But anyway, we're putting up football numbers now because we're in July, right? We're a month away, less than a month away from the week, actually preseason kicking off between Jacksonville and the Raiders. And we got, the training camps ready to open up, college football training camps, and you put up – you were top unit producer NFL here, 1,934 units of profit in the NFL. So we're putting up the NFL numbers now because, like I said, we're a month away from the start of preseason. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, we've got a 3-pack, a triple play of Major League Baseball this evening. As usual, value, a couple of totals on there too. I think we're going to get going. We won last night's game. We're going to try to get back on a winning foot after after an extended slump over 3 or 4 days, and we're going to move forward from here. But I always like to repeat myself over and over again, and we like to use these same phrases over and over again. This is not a sprint. Okay, this is a long-term battle with the books, and we have to be very patient. And I always want to pump myself up, make myself feel better after a little slump anyway, and say I'll be back. And it's a good time to have a slump because we're going to rock with football this year. So.
Yeah, rocking with football, no doubt. Take a look at these numbers. So we get ready for football, looking for a guy, Alex Smart, coming off a championship football season, top unit producer, NFL, 1,934 units of profit. Tonight he's got baseball up there. He's got a 3-pack, a 2 totals crusher, and a money line banger up there for you from Major League Baseball. Get on board with that. Or if you prefer the long-term passes, of course, Alex has a 3, 7, or $30 sports pass. He's got all his Major League Baseball for that time period to select. When you go to his handicapper page and you make that purchase, you can also add a second capper with that 2-point cap promotion, even greater value there. But keep your eyes here on Alex Smart as NFL approaches here and getting ready for your preseason NFL season picks. Keep an eye on Alex Smart. All right, Alex, as always, great having you show. Can see those great results, and we'll talk with you again next week.
Okay, see you, Tony. Have yourselves a great weekend. Bye-bye.
You got it. Alex Smart here on The Drive. Let's continue on here with the coverage here. Now let's welcome in the top unit producer for 2022. He did it also in 2021. That's Big Al McMordie. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs, where he does great work up there. Let's bring in Big Al right now. I think we're ready to roll here. How you doing today, Al?
Doing well. How are you, Tony?
Excellent. All right, here we go. 7 p.m. Eastern time. Big game hunting here. It's the major game on MLB Network. Red Sox here. Hosting the Yankees. Yankees dipped a little down to about $1.60 here the past hour, total 8.5.
Yeah, this is a game I'm really looking forward to. This pitching matchup is, Garrett Cole, obviously one of the best pitchers in baseball, versus rookie Josh Winkowski. Garrett Cole, in his career, he's made 13 starts versus the Bo Sox, and he has a career ERA of 4.44, obviously not up to his lofty standards. But in recent years, it's even worse than that. This year, he's made 1 start. He gave up 3 runs in 4 innings pitched. Last year, he made 5 starts, gave up 15 earned runs in 24 innings pitched. So in those 6 games, his ERA is 5.78. So you can see it's going up from the 4.44 career number lately. So that doesn't bode well for the Yankees here as a road favorite. And then again, the Yankees, I think they're 39-35 as a road favorite of minus 125 or more, but on the money line, they're minus 17.8 net games, so that's not a good sign. Boston as an underdog, 45-44, plus 12.7 net games. And then when you look at this series, obviously this is the biggest rivalry in Major League Baseball. Over the past 24 meetings, there have been 3 pick'em games, but the underdog has won outright 10 out of the other 21. So this is a very evenly matched series. Even if it's Winkowski versus Garrett Cole, if I can get Boston as a home dog at plus $1.40, $1.45, I'm going to jump all over the Bo Sox.
Yeah, there we go. The plus line here, plus 140 here on the Red Sox here against the Yankees. Nice little juicy price there for you here in this one between Boston. Did you catch that game last night with Rays and Red Sox? Your thoughts here on that prospect that was on the mound.
I did not.
Okay.
I don't even remember what I was doing last night, but it was not watching baseball.
Watching baseball. Okay, I just thought you thought he had a lot of good velocity. Wasn't able to spot his pitches and he couldn't get his off-speed stuff over. The premier prospect on the mound yesterday for the Red Sox. But anyway, I've always heard this, and I don't know if you've tracked this, where these teams are going to be playing a 4-game series, but it seems like their first game after they play each other, there seems to be some sort of letdown. Have you ever looked into that? Or you probably heard people say, well, there's always this big letdown when the Yankees and Red Sox play when they play their next game.
I haven't heard that, but one thing we've talked about over the last year or two here on these podcasts. When I look at football, basketball, etc., there's definitely evidence of letdowns. There's no evidence of looking ahead. In fact, teams, when they're playing, they got a good team coming up, they actually play better immediately before that, rivalry opponent or strong opponent. But yeah, there is evidence of letdowns, but I've never looked at this specifically in the Yankee Red Sox context.
Yankees Red Sox. Okay, I was just curious about that. Yes, if there's a letdown, let's say when they get on the field Monday and play their game, or if Tuesday if there's a day off. All right, we got the big out here.
Well, I mean, it would also be situational. Like if you ever had the Yankees coming off a 4-game sweep or something, significant over Boston, then maybe you might look at a possible letdown if they didn't have the off day in between, et cetera. But I wouldn't necessarily look for a letdown if, for example, the team in the rivalry went 0-4 or 1-3 or didn't win the games, then obviously they're probably not in a letdown situation.
Doesn't sound that way. All right, Big Al here with the Red Sox here, plus 140 against the Yankees. This one to have a start time here, 7 Eastern time. This is your marquee game on MLB Network. All right, Big Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge. Lots of games in prime time here for a Thursday. Just a few day games today. We do have Game 2 coming up here between the Pirates and Reds. That is a doubleheader game coming later tonight. Your top unit producer over at Pick Dogs, 3,193 units of profit. What do you have going on over at the site?
I've got a baseball play tonight. It's out a 90% situation. Really nice play in Major League Baseball. I like it a lot. It's a division game of the month, so people should get on board for that play. On a nice run over the last, 126 plays, I think 75 and 51. My last 126 in MLB. In the shorter term, I think it's 13-6. My last 19 overall. So folks can get on board. Real good play on the diamond tonight.
All right, guys, get on board with Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs. You see the numbers, nearly 3,200 units of profit for 2022, all documented tonight. A divisional game of the month up there on the site. Remember, all the one-off plays, all the one-day passes, credit guarantee that must show a profit or that your account is credited. Of course, the long-term passes are not guaranteed because they're sold at a much discounted rate. You can also get on board with Big Al's long-term passes, his 3, 7, or 30 sports pass. Again, it's not too early to talk about football here. He has his NFL football season pass up there, his combined NFL and college football season pass up there as well for affordable pricing. Use that June promo, June 19, and to save 14% off. A great time to use these promos on these season passes, these long-term passes. I know, Big Al, you've had great success in the NFL.
Yeah, and football and basketball and a lot of other things. But yeah, NFL is my favorite. I've won each of the last 10 years in the NFL. NFL and college football combined, I've won 22 out of 30 years. And also, coincidentally, I've won exactly 22 out of 30 years in NBA and college basketball combined. You hit on a pretty important point. The annual packages are really the way to go, because when you look at how many games, for example, I put out an average of 4.43 games a day. When you look at a year, 2 years, over the long term. And so if you join for a year, you're basically paying $1.30 for each selection, as opposed to significantly higher if you just buy one game. So that's the way we really want our clients to get involved, is with joining us for 6 months or a year and be with us for the long term.
Yeah, that 1 year pass is the way to go. For $250 more, you're getting NBA, college basketball, NHL, Major League Baseball there. So it's the best value there is get that 1 year all sports pass and use that July 14th promo to save 14% off. Do the math here. It's about $280 off there. So a good time to get on board with that 1 year all sports pass here in July. It's Christmas in July. Take advantage of that promo. Big Al, is always great having your show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you again next week. But we also can hear you over the Pick Dogs channel on the weekends.
Yeah, Saturdays and Sundays, 10 a.m. with Mitch and the gang, and I'll be there on Saturday.
All right, tune in at 10 a.m. each time. Mitch joins the gang there for the morning show. Have a great weekend. Big Al, and we'll talk with you again next week.
Okay, adios, Tony.
You got it. Big Al McMordie here on the drive-thru. Guys, reminder, if you missed any of our picks, we're getting a lot of people signing in right now. We'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. And reminder, guys, be sure to subscribe, like, and set those notifications. You want to be live with us. So when you get these great picks, you can get the best numbers. Let's continue on here on the show. It's now time to bring in Shane Mickle. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs. He does great work up there. Let's bring in Shane right now. Let me see if I can get him on board here. I'm going to be looking at the Dodger and the Cubs game, I believe. Yep. Let's see if I got him ready to roll here. Here we go, Shane Mickle. Shane, what's happening?
How's it going tonight, Tony?
It's going awesome. All right, here we go. 10 Eastern time. The Dodgers here hosting the Cubs. The Dodgers are going to be laying some numbers here. You can expect this number about throughout the weekend here. They're going to lay 265, total 8.5.
Yeah, that's a game that I really don't feel like you can. I do think the Dodgers get the job done here, but I don't think you can lay this type of number. But I do expect a lower scoring game. Tony Gonsolin, his numbers have been excellent all year. When he starts, you get 6 or 7 innings. He's probably only giving up 1 run. And then Mark Leader, it seems like the Cubs have gotten something figured out with him where he's only going 3 or 4 innings. But instead of giving up 3 or 4 runs like he was earlier in the season, he's only giving up a run, and I expect that to continue against the Dodgers. I do think that the Dodgers do come away with the victory here. But I do like the under here more. I'm going to take the under.
All right, we got Shane here taking the under in this one, under 8.5 here. Cubs and Dodgers. On this homestand, that's been kind of the going rate here. It has been under a lot in this homestand as the Dodgers getting pretty good frontline pitching, getting really good bullpen relief as well. The Mitch Whites, even the kid they brought up from the minors, they've been getting the job done here because they haven't faced, facing the Rockies. But here's a Cub team that's also too have been pretty light hitting, but has shown a little bit of spunk here the last week though.
Yeah, the Cubs have shown a little Tony Gonsolin. It doesn't matter what type of offense, that goes up against him. They're not getting many hits off him, and they're definitely not getting many runs. So I think the under is a very strong play here.
Yeah, under here, Tony Gonsolin, boy, you've seen his development. Yeah, he was a 3-4 inning pitcher. You see the way the Dodgers do it, where they baby them. I think they're going to do the same thing with White. They're babying them, and then by that third season, boom, you can see the upper body development, how much stronger it looks on his upper body, too. They get these guys in the weight room getting stronger there. Cubs, Dodgers, under 8.5. Now, this one will have a start time here of 10 Eastern time. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium for tonight. Again, it was not too early to talk about football, guys. We're in July, right? We're into preseason, or about less than 30 days away from the start of preseason football. We do have 10 games on the board for Major League Baseball, but we're going to keep these football numbers up here for July into August. Here you can see the results that Shane put together in NFL and college football combined. That's hard to do to win like this in both sports, but he did it last season. And he's looking for another big football season. So we'll get into football here, talk a little bit later, Shane. But let's take a look over at Pick Dog Spin for baseball tonight.
Yeah, pretty light day for me here. Only have one play left. But like I usually preach on here, do the 7-day pass. The UFC is again this weekend, like it is most weekends. I think there's plenty of value on that card again. There'll be at least a few plays here, so hop on the long-term pass. But if you want the 1-day pass today, I only have one play up there, $29.99. It's my top MLB underdog play of the day.
Get on board with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs, the underdog winner of the day tonight from Thursday Night Baseball. Get on board with that. Credit guarantee. Remember, these one-offs are credit guarantee. If it does not show a profit, the credit is placed back into your account. So remember that with the 1 days. Not the long-term pass, because the long-term passes, of course, they're sold at a discount. Shane does have that 3, 7, and 30 all sports pass. You get all of his Major League Baseball and UFC for that period of time. When you go to his handicapper page and you make that purchase, remember that 3-day pass will also include the UFC for this weekend. So remember that, and you can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. So a good time to get on board here with Shane Mickle. Of course, Shane, we're looking here at your football. I know there'll be some football season passes, but again, when you look at value, the value is in that 1-year all sports pass. When you combine, maybe it's not what put up an NFL college football season pass when you had the 1-year pass covering all sports at this price point.
Yeah, definitely. And like Al said earlier, I put even more plays up than Al today. So I haven't figured out my what my per play would be, but it'd be a little lower than Big Al. So yeah, definitely hop on the 1 year. You're getting your best bang for your buck. Just one play tonight is $29.99. So full to get the best bang for your buck.
Yeah, the full year is $12.99 here. That's all of the seasons for you're looking at all of NFL, college football, in addition to NBA, college hoops. The end of this season in baseball, start of next baseball season, NHL, all of his UFC as well. This is a great value. Remember the July promo is July 14th. You take 14% off this, so it's a really good value there when you do the math, taking off for that amount of money. It's a quite a significant discount. You do the math, it's roughly about $180, right? About that, around that area there. So it's really affordable, still less than $100 a month for Shane Mickle's all sports, 1-year all access sports here from Shane Mickle. Again, you're going to get the Shane all football, regular season, postseason, college football, all the bowl games, including college hoops and NBA and NHL and more. So get on board with Shane's 1-year all sports fest. When you get the 1 year, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Shane, it's always great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again next week.
Sounds good. Have a good weekend, Tony.
You too as well. Shane Mickle here on The Drive to. Let's continue our coverage, guys. We're getting a lot of people signed in here. If you miss any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. I know guys are looking for Rod Zawacki. Rod's back tomorrow here on The Drive to. By the way, Mitch will fill in for me. I got a little weekend plans up in the mountains, up in the Eastern Sierras. I will be back on Monday, Mitch, to host the show on Friday, so tune in then. Let's continue on now. It's time for Damian Sosh. You'll find Damian over at Pick Dog, so let's bring in Damian right now. Gonna find him up there. He's been doing great work. You've seen him top the leaderboards. Past 30 days have been on fire here, so let's get him in right now. Damian Sosh. We'll find him here. There we go. Got my board ready to roll here. Damon, what's happening?
Hey, Tony, how you doing?
It's pretty good, pretty good. Let's see if it heats down there in the chat. I know the Notre Dame discussion was pretty hot last Tuesday.
Yeah, it was good. Good discussion going on. I enjoyed that. That was great.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. All right, here we go. Game tonight at 8 Eastern time in the division. White Sox here hosting the Tigers. Boy, this White Sox up to 250 now, a total of 8.
Yeah, we're going to be taking a look at the total here in this game. The Tigers are coming into this game. They're off a 4-game sweep of the Guardians. They scored 28 runs during that 4-game sweep. So obviously that averaged out to 7 runs per game. Maybe it's a sign that the Tigers' offense is finally turning around because currently they rank 26 or lower in major offensive categories like runs scored, batting average, OPS, home runs. They're going to be facing a pretty good pitcher in Dylan Cease. Cease on the season is 7-3, a 2.51 ERA, and Cease has absolutely owned the Tigers in his career. So far for this season, he's pitched 10 innings and 2 starts against the Tigers. He allowed just 1 run. He struck out 16. For his career, Cease is 10-0 against the Tigers, a 1.91 ERA. It's a team that Cease absolutely dominated. He's going to be facing, the White Sox are going to be facing Tigers pitcher Bo Brisky. Brisky's just 1-6 on the season, a 4.54 ERA. But this White Sox offense isn't the greatest either. They rank 18th in runs scored, not allow power, 26 in home runs on the season. If Brisky gets into any trouble, he's going to be handing the ball off to a more than capable Tigers bullpen. The bullpen actually ranks 3rd in Major League Baseball in bullpen ERA at 2.98. So the Detroit Tigers bullpen is getting the job done this season. All in all, I think runs are going to be really tough to come by in this one, and I think we see a game that stays under the posted total.
All right, we got Damian here going under the posted total. Tigers and Chicago White Sox under the total of 8 runs. Yeah, Cease has been the stud up there. And as you mentioned, the 2 surprises this year has been the Orioles bullpen and as well as the Tigers. All the Orioles kind of tapered off in that Rangers series, but when you look at the season-wide stats, it's been pretty good here. Let me just shut this off here. Sorry about that. But anyway, the Tigers having that success against the Guardians. Guardians are really struggling here. And one thing you always look for with the White Sox, and they may have their day tomorrow, is when they face Screwball. They're a much better hitting team against left-handers.
Yeah, they definitely are. This one, first game of 4-game series. Tigers playing pretty good ball. I really like this one to stay under, and just the way Cease has absolutely dominated Detroit in his career. So I think we're going to see a low-scoring game here.
All right, Tigers, White Sox under total of 8 runs. This one will have a start time here of 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Damon, let's turn our attentions over to Pick Dog Spin, where you've been on fire here the last 30 days. 964 units of profit, all documents. So if you go to Pick Dogs, go to Damian's Handicapper page, go down to Pick History. You can see every play that he's released there, and it all adds up here. Last 7 days showing great profit as well. 583 units coming off winning day yesterday. 10 games here from Major League Baseball in the prime time here for a Thursday. So not too much day game action. We do have game 2 of the Pittsburgh-Cincinnati game as well on tap. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I've got 3 plays over there on the board. You can get all 3 together in my triple play for just $40. And all for sale individually as well. A Major League Baseball total a day is out there for just $15. We had a little bit of luck yesterday hitting the total, but we'll take it, and that just means things are going good. So now's the time to hop on board, guys. And as everybody's mentioned, the best way to go is to go long term. Something for everybody's budget. So hop on board something now, hit it, and then turn that into a long term package. 3-7 30-day plan. Definitely great deals out there.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Damian Sosh over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, you could see the numbers here. 964 units of profit. He has his 3-pack up there. His MLB Triple Play, his best for Major League Baseball. Quarterly price, just $40. Remember, credit guaranteed. So guaranteed to if it does not turn a profit, then the credits are credited back to your account. So that's credit guaranteed there with the MLB Triple Play, as well as individual plays up there here from Damian Sosh as well up on the board. Does have his $15 premium, really good value there on that. You can get on board with that. Also credit guaranteed on that one as well. But if you prefer the long-term pass, you can try them out for the 1 days and then make the upgrade for the long-term pass. You have a 3-day all sports pass. Get all of Damian's plays for 3 days. Get you into the weekend action. We got these full baseball cards here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a good time to get on board with that. a 7-day all sports pass, 7 days of baseball. Remember, the All-Star break is not for a week from Monday, so that the 7-day pass will guarantee you 7 days of baseball. It's a good time to get on board with Damian Sosh over at Pick Dogs Premium. Also, he does have an MLB season pass that will take you the remainder of Major League Baseball. Of course, with these long-term passes, a great time to use the promo code July 14th at checkout, and you'll be able to save 14% off on a long-term pass or an individual pass. But again, if you're gonna use a promo code, your best bang is using it on the long-term pass. He's got his MLB season pass up there for you as well. All right, Damon, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again next week.
Thank you, Tony. Have a great weekend.
You got it. Damian Sosh here on the Drive Thru. Guys, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on now with the show. It is now time to welcome Millz Young. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, he hosts the MMA show with Brad Francis on Saturday, so make sure you guys want to tune into that. And of course, he's been on fire with his MMA picks. It's just been just on a tear. Every time I update the records, it go up, 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 and up as I did today. I think he got over 2,000 units now for this year in his MMA selection. So let's bring in Millz right now. I think we're ready to roll with Millz. Millz, what's happening?
Man, how you doing out there today, Tony?
Doing awesome. All right, here we go. Tonight, we've got the 7 Eastern time. We've got the Braves here hosting the Cardinals. The Braves laying 240, total 9.5. This game you'll be looking at a different way.
Yeah, definitely, man. Before I give, some plays to cash and everything like that, let me just give some love to the chat, man. We got a lot of people rocking with us, man. I see you out there, Matt D, James Thrower, Aaron L, and everybody else, man. Appreciate you guys watching, man. Just hit that like. Now, let's get down to the night. Baseball. Oh, wow. We got one on our hands today. You going to be looking at the over? Nah. You going to be looking at the team? Not today. I got a player prop to get you on top. And who? Strider. You ready? Let's take you on a ride with him. 4-2, 2.87 ERA, 90 Ks, 1.01 whip. The last 5 games, he's 3-2. But watch this. His strikeout prop, I love it. 41 strikeouts in his last 5 games. It's going for 11, 7, 4, 11, and 8. Only didn't hit that strikeout prop once. Now, this is the thing that I like about this pitcher. Some guys are ground ball pitchers and pop fly pitchers. He's a strikeout artist, man. He's one of those guys. Out of those 3 outs, he's looking to get 2 of those just by striking you out. This is the thing that I love about it. He has over 41 Ks in the last 5 games. They're starting pitchers right now that don't even got 41 Ks in the league. This guy has something mean, something nice. St. Louis only have 4 batters that have over 50 hits right now. It's not one of those rotations that you're really worried about, On top of it, they're not the best at hitting right-hand pitchers, which Spencer Strider is. So, I got Spencer Strider over 7.5 Ks. I got that as some plus money. Plus 105 right there. I'm rolling it out. He has the background, the pedigree. He came from Clemson. He's one of those guys. And like I said, the mustache is real. Cortez is out there doing it for the Yankees. So roll with the stash and get you some cash over 7.5.
Yeah, roll with the stash here. Spencer Strider over 7.5 strikeouts against a struggling, slumping right now Cardinals lineup here. That's their issues here against Atlanta, having some trouble hitting them. I think the Cardinals have some really good, the Braves have some good intelligence on these Cardinals hitters. They've been beating them 9 straight here, pounding them. Of course, yeah, you're right with Strider, man. This has been a stud here. 90 strikeouts and 59 innings of work to this year.
Yeah, man, he's something mean and nasty with it. And, a lot of people thought that the Braves were going to lose yesterday because I guess Michaelis has good numbers against the Braves. Max Fried shut that down, 3-0. So, I look for the same thing to be more of a competitive game, maybe a 4-2 game. But I'm not really worried about all that because when it comes to it, Spencer Strider, he's not one of those guys that needs a lot of innings to get these strikeouts either. He can get these early in like the first 4 innings, and he can go ahead and cash it. And let's just say if he even gets pulled, if he even gives up some runs, he's a strikeout artist. So yeah, definitely, man, I'm all in tune on this one.
38% strikeout rate. That's a remarkable number right there. Really, really good. Elite number right there, no doubt. That's passing Corbin Burns. That's passing Cole. That's passing them all.
And he pitches gas. What do you mean? I'm talking fast. I'm talking about over 103 miles at certain times. I seen him when he first came in the first game of the opening season and stuff. The Braves was getting it handed to him. He came in and just struck out everybody. It was like the first 5 batters struck him out, and he was throwing over 100. put him down right then, and I was like, I'm following him. They brought him up into the rotation after they had troubles with Yanoa and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, Soroka's still not coming back in rotation. So, yeah, I think he's here to stay.
Yep, no doubt about that. Just look at his, you follow his numbers in the minors: 15 Ks per 9 innings, 19 per 9 innings, 13 per 9 innings. Now in majors, 13.5 per 9 innings. It's following him every step of the way. There's been no slip up in his development. It's been remarkable here. And of course, a good Spencer Strider over 7.5 strikeouts against the Cardinals, plus 105. This one will have a start time here, top of the hour, right, Mills? Let's take a look over at Pick Dog Spring, where we've been an absolute fire in the MMA this season. 2,020 units of profit. Every week, I'm always adding numbers to this record. He's winning week after week here at MMA. He's been on fire. Of course, you want to tune into a show with Brad on Saturdays. Of course, Brad Mills, I know we're going to talk about the MMA here. Of course, with that 3-day pass is the way you want to go. We got 10 games still to go here on this Major League Baseball card. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs?
Man, yeah, definitely got 2 days, 2 games on the board right now. I got my MLB winners only, and I also got my MLB big bet. That one's going for $15. Like they said, everything's guaranteed. So if it doesn't win, you know, we don't win every bet. We just try our best to, you know. So if you don't win this time, go ahead and double up, man. I guarantee my UFC card that's coming out Saturday already got 3 locked and loaded plays. I'm putting them up there today. I already had the articles written up. I just need to put them out. So, yeah, you get those picks if you go with the 3-day pass. But definitely, I got 2 plays on the board. And they're kicking off in about like 15 minutes or so. So, you know, let's go ahead and get you some MLB winners only and get my big bet of the day.
That's right, guys. Got on board with Millz Young over at Pick Dogs. You see the numbers been on fire here in MMA. 2,020 units of profit, 2022. It's all documented. If you visit Millz' handicapper page over at Pick Dogs, go down to handicap to his pick history. You'll see every play that he has released there. It's fully documented. Of course, showing profit last 30 days, last 7 days. You see the numbers in MMA. He's got baseball up there on the board right now. He's got a $15 Millz MLB Money Love Baseball there. Get on board with that. That'll get you in the door because these one-offs are credit guaranteed. They must show profit. They must win if they're individual plays or your account is credited. Also, plays up there with a 3-day pass. Of course, we're talking about this 3-day. These aren't guaranteed on 3 days because they're sold at such a reduced price. 3 days a pass will get you all of Millz' premium plays from Major League Baseball for 3 days. Also, his MMA plays, UFC plays. 3 days is the way to go, Millz.
3 days is the way to go. I'm trying to tell you, man. These Thursdays and everything, they know because the passes come in. You know, they even come in on Friday a lot too, just because they know. Oh man, UFC Saturday. You know, don't get it wrong. If you just want your UFC plays, come on Saturday. But I'm trying to tell you, if you get that 3-day pass for the price that it is, you're gonna be able to get. I mean, the plethora of plays is just crazy, man. So come on the board, Pick Dogs. Team me up with your favorite capper out there, Tony T, killing in baseball, Mitch Muller, Rod Sawacki, Big Al, Tony Brown, Shane McMickle. Let me see.
Little Al.
If I forgot anybody, yeah, the Little Al. There we go, man. Everybody, come on, let's go.
Let's go. Let's get it done. Also, too, at UFC, do you also get into some of the other fight leagues as well, like Bellator?
I definitely do. So this week you don't have any big things on besides UFC. You only have LFA. LFA is the undercard. It's like the junior college of the UFC. Besides that, Bellator will be back next week in PFL as well. But those are the 2 other big leagues, but no events in those ones this week.
Gotcha. So keep an eye on the UFC for Saturday. All right, Millz, continue that great success there. You're producing, and we'll talk with you again next week. But I know you also do the your MMA show with the UFC show here with Brad, and we can count on those on Saturday.
Yes, sir. So right now, yeah, we do them on Saturday mornings right now, right after the morning show, just to give you guys our last weigh-in looks and everything like that. Sometimes the numbers and the lines aren't the same to where we had to play earlier in the week, but it's our last take to give you guys that real in-deep look. This week, we should be rolling it out. My man Brad Francis is on vacation, so I do think that he was trying to do something still, but we still should be rolling it out. So, yeah, definitely just stay in tune, hit that subscribe, and you definitely want to hit that notification because that's where, whenever we go live, that's when you're going to be able to see everything. So, yeah, and shout out to Mitch with the Pick Dogs.
That's right, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notification. When you're live, when Millz live, he wants you live with him. So you get the best numbers when you place those bets. All right, Millz, continue that success. We'll talk with you again next week. Millz Young here on the drive through. Guys, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. Let's continue on. We still have our man Al Ninos here in the on deck circle, so let's bring Al Ninos in right now. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. I think we've got Al ready to roll here. Al Ninos, let's bring him in. Al, what's happening? Al, you're on mute. I think I was on mute.
Yeah, sorry, I got a phone call a minute ago. I'm doing good. How are you, Tony?
Doing awesome. All right, here we go. 9:40 Eastern Time, NL West battle. We got the Padres here hosting the Giants. The Padres, minus 145. The total sits here at 6.5.
Yeah, this open around minus 130 or so, but money coming in on the Padres, and I think rightfully so here. They got their ace, Joe Musgrove, on the mound. He's had a very good season, getting hit a little bit lately, but he's getting hit a bit lately, but I still think he's the better starter here. Logan Webb also putting together a pretty good season. And again, these two lineups started their season off really well, but both teams have been struggling a bit lately. Giants finally did come up with a win last night, but I think they're in a tougher spot here tonight against a better Padres team that's been up against some pretty good teams. So it's not all been their fault here, but they've come into some teams that have been hot, like the Mariners. They've run into the Dodgers, split their series with the Diamondbacks, and didn't do so well against the Phillies. Still without Tatis, but Machado is back in the lineup, and I think their struggles have to stop somewhere, and I think a good spot to start that is with Musgrove getting the start. So I'll take my chances here with Musgrove and the Padres at home. And it looks like that line has come down a little bit again. So, looking at the Padres here on the money line.
Padres money line. I see minus 145 in a lot of spaces, but maybe there's been some movements elsewhere. But this game was. Yeah, you're getting Musgrove again. When he's at his best, he's tough. He's tough to beat. Of course, Logan Webb he's put up some solid numbers too, and he gets the ground balls, no doubt about that. Again, the Giants are a team that is really struggling hitting the baseball right now. Just 196 against right-handers. The Padres not so much better, but the biggest difference here, where I think I see the edge here, is with the bullpen here, because the Giants bullpen has just been atrocious here over their past 5 games, and then you get that rest day here for the Padres.
Yeah, and it's not like it's been any better throughout the season for the Giants bullpen. Just another edge there for the Padres who are at home, and I just think they need to start turning things around. So I like this spot for them. Again, it's not going to be an easy series. The Giants are a tough team. As I said, they're not playing too great right now, but it's not going to be an easy series by any means. But I still do think the Padres are the better team and should get the job done at home.
I think that late game there might be in your edge there, but again, Musgrove's is really strong up on the mound as well. Padres minus 145 against the Giants. This one to have a start time here of 9:40 Eastern Time. All right, Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium here for tonight's action. Still 10 games on the board here for Major League Baseball. Remember, the Pirates and Reds will play a doubleheader here in a few minutes. What do you have going on over at the site?
I have my best bet up there. I also have a 3-pack, which includes that best bet. And, of course, your best deals are always the long-term passes or the 2-for-1 capper specials. Make sure you get all the plays that way.
That's right, guys. Again, I'm with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's got that $15 credit guarantee pick up there. Premium pick for $15. We say credit guarantee on these one-off and these individual plays and these one-day 3-packs and longer, because if the play does not win, especially on the individual play, then it's credited back into your account. So the $15 premium is up there right now from Al Ninos. Also, a 3-pack here from Al. He takes his 3 best bets, puts them together in a 3-pack. Low price, just $40. Again, this is credit guaranteed. This 3-pack must show profit, or your account is credited here with those credits for that $40 credit you get to your account. So get on board there with that, as well as a long-term pass. So we always talk about the 3, 7, or 30-hour sports pass. You get all of Al's baseball plays here for that period of time. When you go to his handicapper page and you make that purchase, add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion, even greater value there. July promo, July 14th at checkout will save you 14% off as well. All right, Al, as always, great having your show. Continued success. You'll be on with Mitch tomorrow as I have the day off, but we'll talk with you again next week.
All right, thanks, Tony. Have a good one, and enjoy your weekend.
You got it. Ninos here on the drive. So let's continue on here with the coverage, guys. If you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-through. It'll be time for my picks. So let me get my game information, my game card up for you right here, as we'll look at this one tonight from Major League Baseball. It's one of the later night games here between the Mariners and the Blue Jays. We do have the Mariners here. The dog here, we got the Blue Jays here laying about $1.30. The total sits here at 8.5. I'm going to be on the home team here. I'm going to take the Mariners here at plus 110 against the Toronto Blue Jays. Well, when you look at Seattle, they're a hot team coming in. They do have Marco Gonzalez. They do get a little nervous with his high pitch content, but he just seems to be getting away with it. Right? He gets away with it, pitching with that strikeout rate that he has here. And I'm going to quote it to you right now. He's got a strikeout rate that's actually, let me pull it up here. I think I've got it on this side. I wanted to give you that information here when we look at Gonzalez here. 13% strikeout rate there, but he's getting out of it because mainly he's pitching to 46% ground ball rate. He does give 1.44 home runs per 9 innings, but again, we got Casey Lawrence here on the mound here for Toronto. He's worked 4 games out of the bullpen. He's had a rough time here, 9 earned runs at 3 homers in 13 innings. And he did have, he did pitch 12 innings in 12 games, I should say, in AAA and put up some good numbers. But in the majors, it's not been working out for him. He's been getting hit. And of course, the Blue Jays really had struggled scoring runs here in Oakland. I just think these ballpark configurations don't favor this Blue Jays team in Oakland. I think it's going to carry over here in Seattle. Mariners have won 7 of 8 after sweeping the Padres. The Seattle bullpen. They're getting a day off, and the hitters are getting a day off on Wednesday. Remember, it was the Padres and Mariners who got the day off here, and the Blue Jays did not. And of course, when you look over the past 10 games, the Blue Jays are hitting just 209 against left-handers. So we'll look at that here with the Mariners here will be the play at plus the 110. Hey guys, check out Pick Dogs tonight. I've got my 3-pack up there, my 3 best bets from Major League Baseball all together in a 3-pack. I also have my $15 premium pick. I've hit 4 in a row with those. I have that sold individually, and that is also part of my 3-pack. So I have 3 premium plays today from Major League Baseball. I didn't try to force a 4th one. I have 3 plays that I like tonight, my 3 best bets. So you can either get, if you're just looking for my $15 premium, it's sold on a standalone basis. Or if you'd like to get my 3-pack, my $15 premium pick is part of my 3-pack for tonight. So check me out there over at Pick Dogs. I am the #1 unit producer in Major League Baseball over at Pick Dogs for this season. Document over the site. You can verify those numbers by going to my handicapper page over at Pick Dogs. Go down to Pick History and you can see all the plays there. Also, you can part of the 2-point cap promotion with my 3, 7, and 30-day sports patch. You get all my premium plays for that period of time. When you go to my handicapper page and make that purchase, you can add me with another capper like Millz, with Ninos, with Shane Mickle, Damian Sosh, Alex Smart. We got Big Al McMordie, Millz Young, our 2-for-1 cap promotion, your best value over at Pick Dogs. All right, let's go ahead and do our recap and show the picks for today. All right, we got started here with Alex Smart. He likes Calgary in CFL, lay the 4.5 against Edmonton. Big Al McMordie, Red Sox plus 140 against the Yankees. Shane Mickle likes Cubs, Dodgers under 8.5. Damian was on Tigers, White Sox under 8. Millz likes Spencer Strider, the hard-throwing right-hander strikeout ace here for, I'm not going to call him ace yet, but he's pitching like one with 38% strikeout rate. Spencer Strider over 7.5 strikeouts against the Cardinals. Ninos was on the Padres, minus 145 against the Giants. And I will be on the Mariners, plus 110 here against the Orioles. And the one I like the most here, boy, I like a lot of these here. I'm going to go here with these with Shane Mickle's play in this one. Cubs Dodgers under 8.5. All right, that'll do it here for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow live at 6 p.m. each time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place, give out live free picks for the games in primetime. Mitch will be sitting in for me on Friday. I'll be back on Monday, so make sure you tune in. Don't forget, it always gets started every single day at 10 a.m. each time. With the morning show, you have Mitch, you got Chris, and you've got Brian Bittler there on the mornings. And, of course, Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. We got Ron Romanelli's Major League Baseball Rundown video. That's a very popular series, probably the most popular series on the channel right now, so check that one out. It's got well in excess of 10 to 15,000 views a day. Hey, you know, you're doing well, you're winning, you can see the views there. It speaks for itself, so check it out there, as well as Javon's parlay of the day. It gives you a parlay up there. A lot of content there over at Pick Dogs. Of course, Chris Ruffalo and Mitch putting together their videos at night. That'll do it for tonight's show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight. We're going to wave goodbye to you guys. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk with you again. We'll have the drive-thru again tomorrow live at 6 p.m. each time. Talk to you guys